Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to you each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
How you folks doing?
How are you this Shout It Out Friday?
I'm hoping you're doing well. Hello, pretty. Hey, baby. I got my pretty with me, and I'm ready to talk with you. And I love our topic for today. First off, it is Happy Friday to you. Shout It Out Friday. This is a day that we designated every week where you can shout out your business, shout out your cause, shout out your book, shout out someone else. You can put it in the comment section. You can even share a link. Today's the day to do it in the comment section.
This is the day.
And you should take advantage of that. Okay. But also today's topic is problems have solutions
Brought to us by
and purpose. Problems have solutions and
Stevie
purpose.
Wonder's line.
Stevie Wonder has a song called You Will Know. And it's such a great song from the 80s. Troubled heart, you'll know. And then the line is, problems have solutions, for God made it so.
Oh, good morning,
You
Lisa.
will know. That's such a great song. You will know. And problems have solutions, for God made it so. Zamara, good morning. Shout it out Friday to you. For those of you who can't tell the difference, that is DrLisa Santiago McNeill.
And he is Brian K. McNeill. We are here today.
Go ahead, man.
I lost it. I lost
Okay.
all of my thoughts.
When I sent you the topic suggestion for today, what was your first thought?
My first thought was, of course, Stevie Wonder. But the truth is, it was hearkening back to what I was already praying about this morning, because we have a problem, but the good thing is that with problems, there are solutions. And I have begun to formulate solutions, and sometimes even more than solutions, it was encouragement, because a lot of times
This is good.
Problems can start out very discouraging.
Mm.
They can put you in a place where you can't move, because things are just so overwhelming and you feel like you're not making progress. But upon reevaluation, when you look at the steps that you're taking towards the solution, particularly you, because I'm often so impressed by the clarity that you have as it relates to as it relates to your work and as it relates to your purpose. I think it's so impressive.
Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome. I ain't say it for you. I said it so I can explain
I
what I'm
understand. Please. I didn't say that, man.
But that clarity often has you looking at things through one prism, and that's success or failure, right? But my role, and I think it's a role that I have absolutely that I excel in, but that might be a self-appointed role.
Okay.
And that is, well, I know that help meets have a responsibility to meet the need, right? I often take on the responsibility of a little bit more than that. I often take the responsibility of that I'm responsible for whatever it is that you need help in. Like, I got to make it happen. Like, I'm God. The same way that I make you my God oftentimes. And that's not fair to either one of us.
Right. This is so deep.
Because there are times, and believe me, I believe in God completely and wholly, over and above, Yahweh God, Elohim, El Shaddai. But there are times when my natural ability, my humanity need something a little more tangible. And I'm grateful that I have a husband who can be God without usurping God because he goes to God.
Yes. Okay.
Right? I don't know how
Clean
else
that
I
up,
can.
man.
No, that's exactly what and I said it like that because I need more people to understand that paradigm. I don't worship my husband as God. I lean on my husband as my God when I need a physical representation of God.
There you go.
Does that make sense?
That makes a whole lot more sense. Thank
Right?
you. I'm
And
more comfortable with that.
I can trust that because he knows he's not God, big G.
Right.
But he still
knows he can get to
he
that
still
level.
carries that lowercase g like it's a big deal, right? He's still God with the lowercase g. So I know that when I go to him, he goes to him. And I know that when he goes to him, I often go to him too. Because I say, wait a minute, he's going to God, let's go to God together.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to the topic, problems have solutions. Thank you, Jay. It's called unconditional love. Yes, solutions and purpose. So going back to that whole paradigm that I feel you carry so well is that you have a solution, you have a purpose, and you have clarity about what that is completely and have since we met. The frustration comes in the fact that it's not always a direct line.
Shocking. You mean to tell me that the entrepreneurial life is not smooth and uphill?
It's not always a straight line.
No, it's not.
Good morning, Ms. Phyllis, and it can be frustrating.
It's jagged and it's ups and downs and it's fraught with peril, moments of, oh no, what if this happens or that happens? Moments of worry, but it's all purposeful.
It's all purposeful.
There's purposeful in that. I learned so much from DrLisa this morning. Good morning, Sister Carmelo Baker. How you doing?
Good morning,
Miss
Carmelo.
Phyllis, I'm so happy you're here. And Brother J Maddie submits. It's called unconditional love. That's what that is. Today's topic is a good one. It's already gone way better than I expected. We've only been live for 7 minutes.
Today is Shout Out Friday, so please do remember that within this conversation, and we want you to jump in. We want you to jump in with your disagreements as well as your agreements. We want to be respectful, but we always want to hear your side of the story, right? So, and it is Shout Out Friday, so we want to hear what we can celebrate you for, what we can support you in. Shout out the Empowerment Bulletin Board. It went out this week.
Yes,
I am grateful.
The first edition of the Empowerment Bulletin Board. For those of you who have submitted who you are and what you do, we put it in one digital bulletin board kind of thing and sent it out to a big army of people. Okay.
Absolutely. So hopefully you'll see an uptick on your websites. For those that submitted websites, amen. Carmela said, doing well. Thanks. I hope you all are.
So
amen.
let me get in here too, because the topic, problems have solutions and purpose.
Yeah.
The problems come into your life to make you stronger.
They do.
To help you find answers. And if you think about it, haven't every problem that you resolved?
Susan, good morning.
Hasn't every problem that you resolved taught you? There's no greater example in my adult life than when my wife woke up early one morning with a severe acute back pain, lower back pain. And it was like 4 or 5 in the morning. And she's like, this ain't the same. This is different. We got to go to the hospital now. We've had back pain. If you're grown up in America, you got back pain from time to time. But this was different. And she just, now, given that acute pain, she had a choice to make. She could choose to tough it out. She could choose to just pain pill it and try to dull the pain. But she goes, no, something hit her spirit, said, this ain't the same. Let's go to the hospital now. So we jumped up and we booked it to the hospital. Turns out that was what we needed to do. That pain was the solution, got us to the solution, because if we had not gone there, that pain that she had was what's called pulmonary embolism, which is the kind of pain that people normally discover in an autopsy. That thing kills people. People die from it. and they discover why they died after they're dead. Okay, but because we responded to the pain, we were able to deal with it. We were able to address it. It took 6 days in the hospital, but it got to the place where it kept her life. And I still have my wife sitting next to me because of it. Good morning, Susan Kennedy. How you doing this morning? Today's topic is problems have solutions and purpose. And it's also Shouted Out Friday. Dr. Deborah Dunn said, I'm so happy that you're here. Good morning to you with our topic of, again, Shouted Out Friday. And the topic is problems have solutions and purpose. I'm so happy that we have grown-ups in the room right now, like Jay in the room. Because Jay's been there, done that.
Jay's the grown-up?
He's one of the grown-ups. He's not the only one. Dr. Deborah's a grown-up. Susan Kennedy's a grown-up. Carmela Baker's a grown-up. You know, we got grown-ups in the room today. Okay, Miss Phyllis is a grown-up. Why you say Carmela's not quite a grown-up? She's got children and a household and a business. She's not 50. That's the line. Okay, that's the starting line. 50. There's a lot of good thinking about that too. The great George Fraser says your first 50 years of your life are for learning, and after 50 is for earning. That's what George Fraser says, and I took that to heart. That thought, you know.
Yes. I look forward to seeing Carmelo today.
You gonna see Carmelo today? What for?
None of your business.
If you're gonna see Carmelo today, probably getting a loaf or something.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
It is Shouted Out
It's a Shout Out Friday, so why don't you shout out her business?
I can shout out her business any day, and I'm gonna take the time to. She was featured in the Empowerment Bulletin because you know why? Because first of all, it's good, and the apple buntlets are delicious, and she also submitted them to be included. Sister Susan said I had a similar situation
when my side hurt.
And I told my husband we had to go to the ER. We went to urgent care and I woke up in ICU in the main hospital for a kidney stone that had become sepsis. Whoa, what the heck? Okay. I didn't know how that should be said. A kidney stone that had become sepsis. Amen. She spent 7 days in the hospital too. Whoa. Susan said, Lisa, that is so wonderful. Yeah. Amen. Carmelo says, glad to be known as one of the youngest in the group.
She made it official this morning.
That's right. She's not the grown up.
Oh my God. So anyway.
Absolutely.
I will tell you, I feel you on that. But I remember thinking about myself, 26, 27, 28, 29-year-old Brian. Mm-hmm. I'm not even 30 yet. But I felt like I was sales manager. I had a house.
You're grown up?
I felt grown up. I had a wife who
and then you realized?
I had a wife who didn't work outside the home. I had 2 little children. I'm running things. See, I got 2 cars, house, all that stuff. But I was a 28-year-old Brian. And then when I turned 35, I realized how dumb I was at 28.
Absolutely. All right, Jay says we completed the rapid resource for families training. And we are now at the highest level of therapeutic foster care and also launched Cafe Du Matier.
Now that's a shout out, twofold shout out. He launched a business called Cafe Du Matier. I think I've heard him say Matier, but we always say Matier for some reason. But
he don't mind.
Okay, he said he don't mind, so we go with it.
He says Matier.
Okay.
But I put the French in.
But he went through training. Additional training. Him and his wife. Now, when adults take training, I applaud because they didn't have to do it. Okay, there's no law that said you have to go to the next level, Jay. Okay, no. He decided to go to the next level. So now him and his wife are at the highest level of therapeutic foster care that there is. They take care of children that need some therapy in it.
Good morning, Audrina.
What? Audrina's in the house?
He says groom. Bills with your name on it. The source for the question, what's for dinner?
Yeah.
Good morning, Katura.
You get to the place where you're sick of that question. What are we going to eat tonight?
I don't think husbands in a traditional, or rather in a conventional marriage, realize the weight of that question.
Every single day.
365 days, I got to figure out what we going to eat? No.
Yeah, it's a heavy question sometimes. Okay, which is when it's heavy on you, then it becomes heavy on me because I got to deal with it. Audretta says,
you don't have to deal with it. You figure out what you want to eat.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and eat something, okay? But that ain't the same thing. Audretta Hall, I'm super happy that you're in the room today because Audretta, our topic today is problems have solutions and purpose. And I happen to know that Audretta knows what that means. She's dealt with some problems, found some solutions, and found some purpose in her problems.
Yes. Good morning, Couture.
Good morning, Couture Green. How you doing?
And Jay said it's named after your pronunciation. Okay. Oh, it's Cafe du Matier is named after my pronunciation.
Cafe de Matier. Cafe and Matier rhymes. Okay, we got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Couture. I love the curls and style, Lisa.
She's going to be stylish now.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Usama Ross says, happy 313 day.
That's right.
313. There's no place like home. But he's back in the D. He's back in Detroit. CoachUsama.com. 313 day. Isn't that Detroit?
I don't know. It's also today's date.
Oh.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, 313. Okay, cool. I was completely off. Okay.
Hey, Couture said, I like to shine on the head, Brian.
Couture's trying to be funny. She made a comment. She made a comment about Lisa's curls, so she didn't want to leave me out. So she threw the shine on my head. Actually, I need to shine it up more. I got grizzle up here. I got
stubble. A little bit of stubble.
A lot of stubble, so I got to shave my head. I don't miss any comments.
Audretta said 313 is the Detroit area code, so it's both Friday the 13th and the Detroit area code. And Couture said today's show is the theme of my new radio spot for the dance community. Okay.
Wait. Today's show topic is the theme for her new radio spot. Problems have solutions. So you got a radio spot for the dance community.
I love it.
Problems have solutions and purpose. You know, I always lean back into when we were watching Shark Tank like regularly. We were watching it together regularly. And then when you watch Shark Tank regularly, you get a chance to kind of get an idea of the different sharks' personality. Mm-hmm. And I kind of got an idea about Mark Cuban's personality. And his personality, he looked for opportunities. He looked for people first. But he looked for people. He didn't like people who wanted to avoid the problem of having to figure some stuff out. Like if they said, I need some money to live on while I'm figuring it out, he was out. He didn't want that. He wanted people to have to figure it out. And he also thought not having money was a cure for some people because it forced them to become creative. Mm-hmm. And he didn't want to rob them of that. He wanted to get you money like if you had to buy some materials or something, yes. But he didn't want to rob anybody of what they needed, that oomph that they needed to become creative to make this venture successful. Mm-hmm. So he felt like those problems of not having money, the empty belly, the tightening of the belt had purpose. Okay.
Susan said, I love watching Shark Tank. Yes, absolutely. I have been watching it from time to time now as well, like watching the newer episodes.
And I watch them on YouTube now. Mm-hmm. I watch segments sometimes, that I like.
Absolutely.
So today is Shout Out Friday, so please continue to shout it out. I want to shout out something too, because on the 1st of April, if we don't have it ready yet, we're going to start getting it ready. But on the 1st of April, I'm hosting a live workshop called Selling You in 30 Seconds. Selling You in 30 Seconds, how to stop sounding like everyone else. Now, this is a workshop that I've done a bunch of times, but I typically do it in 30-minute blocks. I'm going 90 minutes with this thought. I'm going deep with it. I'm going deep and I'm making sure that everything makes sense with it. And we just put it out yesterday, and we've already had people starting to register for this event, which is so exciting to me that people are already registering. But sell yourself in 30 seconds. This is going to be a very, very intense and dynamic. It's a 90-minute long workshop that's going to change lives. You know, because so many of us want to be individuals, but we sound like everybody else. Mm-hmm. Okay. I do insurance. I do real estate. Okay. I'm a coach. I'm a life coach. Well, all of that stuff is you attempting to lump yourself into an industry category. And there's no one like you. So you don't want to be known as an industry category. You want to be known as you. If you want to stop competition, sell yourself. If you sell yourself, if they buy DrLisa, they can only get DrLisa from DrLisa. They can't go get her from somebody else. So this workshop here is sell yourself in 30 seconds and stop sounding like everyone else. And it's in response to the question of which is the first critical moment, I believe, as an entrepreneur. The first critical moment is how you respond to the question of what do you do? That's the first critical moment.
Absolutely. And you can register by going to bit.ly/April1Cell30.
If you put it in the comments, it'd be great.
Yeah, and I can't. So anybody who can, feel free.
Okay, she can't. Okay, that's why. But she did put it up on the screen. It's on the banner right now. That's with the registration. And she did also flash the flyer for it. Can you flash it one more time, please? This is the flyer that my beautiful wife and I came up with. Okay, it's just me on the stage doing my thing. Um, I had a whole lot more wordy underneath my name, but then my wife cut all that stuff off. Thank you, Susan. Thank you very much, Susan Kennedy, for putting that in the comment section for us. We appreciate the help out. Is the link to register on your? No, it's not yet. It's not yet on my Facebook. I don't think it is.
You got it now.
Because I just put it out yesterday. So, but I'll put it out. Actually, I think I did.
The link should be in the comments of your post.
I think it is on my Facebook page. Yes.
All right. We look forward to that workshop on April the 1st.
Because I'm designing something very, very sexy afterwards too. This morning, my wife came in the room. I was still in bed, but I had been up for half an hour thinking. And I had another great idea come to me this morning that I can't tell you yet. But
you can't tell who, them or me?
Them. I'm going to tell you, of course. Oh. Okay. I'm going to definitely tell Lisa.
That means that I have a job to do.
How you take that?
Typically.
If I say I'm going to tell you, that means I got a job for you?
Yeah.
Dang. How should I take that, Jay? What is that supposed to mean? How should I take that, Osama? There's something I want you to do.
It's just meeting you. Don't forget to shout it out. Shout it out Friday. Make sure that you shout out your business, your network, your tools, your information.
Yeah, shout it out. Will you record it? You know that often at 7 p.m. I cannot watch. Everyone that registers gets the recording. That's how that goes. My wife just said, I didn't just get to know you. Okay, she's known me for a long time. And when you get to know someone a long time, you kind of learn some stuff. You never completely figure out anybody. That's one of the mantras that keep me sane. Okay, that's how I stay sane. Yeah, I don't even try to completely figure out Lisa. I know some stuff. Okay, I know a lot of stuff. Right. Well, she don't even completely understand Lisa. So stop being so vain to think, oh, I know all about that person. No, you don't. You know a little bit about that person. You know about that person up to that point, but you don't know them tomorrow. Okay, and you don't know what they're thinking about today. Okay, so because you can't see their thoughts, but you do learn some stuff about a person. Okay, after you've been around them for a long time. And DrLisa knows that her husband, with his dynamic thinking, sometimes if he wants to implement something, he's gonna need her help. So she's right.
Yes, it is. So we already had the shout out from Uzama. Definitely want to go to coachuzama.com.
That's right.
Definitely want to.
Selling you in 30 seconds was shouted out.
Absolutely, shout that out. Got to shout out Carmelo
apple butlets and what's the loaf called?
It's the apple walnut loaf.
Apple walnut loaf. Carmelo, I had the loaf. I was feeding for the butlet, so that's why I had to order more. But I think in my house, I think the loaf works better.
You act like people gonna share it.
Well, you better get two if you don't want to share. You better get more than one if you don't want to share.
Get two. That's too much.
Then you got to share. That's how it goes. See, simple. Jay Mattier says, problems are food for thought. while a solution are the digestion. Have never heard it put that way before, Jay. That's a new one on me. Problems are food for thought, while solutions are the digestion. Isn't that interesting? Does that balance? Solutions are the digestion.
Yeah. So when you take all the problems and you put them inside, and then your everything works on it, right? So what all the stuff in your digestion, the all the stuff the digestion does, it pulls it together. Yeah, absolutely. And then the solution becomes a byproduct of that.
Okay, I'm sure that's what he's saying.
He said, "You're not sure?"
Because he said the solutions are the digestion. Digestion is a system from the mouth to down the throat to the stomach to the enzymes in the stomach to the small intestine to the large intestine to the getting rid of it. It's a whole system going on. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure he's not suggesting that solutions are parts of the solution. I mean, the digestions, I'm not sure what he meant completely. I don't think it's just meant the thing, okay?
Okay. That's right, Carmela. Apple loaf, that is right. The apple loaf or the apple walnut loaf, if you're sexy.
That's right. Yeah, but it's so good, Carmela. It's so good. She bakes them herself. They're so good. They're better than what you're gonna buy in a restaurant. I'm telling you that now. They're better than that. And it's easy for us to endorse something that we're so enthusiastic about.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Definitely want to get. We gotta order some coffee to find out about this coffee. Mm-hmm. This cafe.
Mattier. Cafe de Mattier. We'll order some. Okay. We'll do that. Definitely do that. We're going to support his business. And one part of my ideas this morning, as I was thinking out one of my problems, is helping people to. How else can people help me to promote this event and they profit too? Okay.
Yeah. We definitely want to support one another. That is why we had the empowerment bulletin board to continue to support those that support us through viewership and share you guys with people who might not even watch the show. We've got a large number of people who are subscribed to the newsletter that don't necessarily tune into the show. And I actually probably should put the show in the bulletin because I think some of the people that read the bulletin don't even know about the show.
But they would watch.
But they might watch the replay.
See how that comes out. Sometimes great answers happen along the way. In my life, holla, so many great answers happened while I was doing something else or work. My book, Timid Entrepreneurs Have Skinny Kids. I've said on here before, I rewrote that book 3 times completely. Okay. I mean, from start to finish, I finished the whole book, didn't like it, and I started it all over again. And I started it all over again a third time. But even that book, Timid Entrepreneurs Have Skinny Kids, such a great, great book. I don't have a copy right here, Henry. It's such a great, great book. But I discovered that book while I was writing a different book. The book I was writing was Selling You with Confidence. I thought that was a timely book, How to Sell Yourself with Confidence. And I was writing that book, and I'm making the notes, and I'm talking to God, and I'm looking at my scriptures. My wife and I are talking about the scriptures, and I was watching some of my replays of me being interviewed on different podcasts, and I was instructed by how much I talk about God, how much I quote scriptures on when people are interviewing me. I was like, oh my God, this is a part of me. I can't get away from it. So I had to figure out a way to include it in the book because this is one of the things that helped me, my belief in God, my belief in the scriptures, my belief in parables. So then that book, Selling You with Confidence, got pushed aside or morphed into Timid Entrepreneurs Have Skinny Kids.
Jay said, make it a contest and people can win prizes.
Oh, I was thinking, how can I help other people promote this, have other people help me promote this book? And Jay suggesting, promote this event. And Jay said, make it a contest and people can win prizes. Hadn't even thought of that.
Dr. Deborah said, she said, I need to get that book. Amen.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't already have it because Dr. Deborah, you've been an amazing supporter of me and my wife. Well, you should find up. What happened? Did I say so?
No,
well, we'll just send it to you, Dr. Deborah. We will send it to you. You don't even have to buy it, Dr. Deborah does it. I just want to let me bless you with it. Let me bless it. Bless you with
Amen.
it. Okay.
Amen. So,
Kenny Smith, good morning, sir. How you doing, man? And is that Minister Cynthia Grant popping in live? What? CC in the house. How you doing, man?
good morning, good morning, good morning.
We're about to do today in African American history 366 days of African American history and accomplishments.
He
Um,
also said get on some podcasts between now and then.
I will. I will. Thank you very much. And I'll get on podcasts every week. But I'm going to do that now. And thank you for suggesting that, Susan. But I'm going to get on podcasts and promote my event on April the 1st. I wanted to say one other thing before we get into that was I want to remind you guys of today's topic. Today's topic is problems have solutions and purpose. And this is also Shout It Out Friday. Again, the topic is, and we really want your contribution. The topic is problems have solutions and purpose. And this is Shout It Out Friday. So now it's 9:30. At 9:30, we take out a moment or two to do
Today in African American history, 366 days of accomplishments and historical events. I'm Michael A. Carson. And on this Friday the 13th, good morning, George Allen.
Good morning, George Allen. He says, gracious morning.
In 1920,
1920,
Andrew Rube Foster organized the first successful African American professional baseball league and the National Association of Professional Baseball Clubs, usually called the Negro National League. Foster, a former pitcher, was known as the father of the Negro Leagues. In 1981, he was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. In 2001, a set of 2 U.S. postage stamps bearing the images of Negro Leagues baseball and Rube Foster were issued.
That's a very good one. Rube Foster, the National Negro Baseball League, that is such a fascinating story of tenacity. I can think about the 1920s, the Roaring Twenties, okay, and that was before the Great Depression. How Black people it was so difficult for them to eke out any kind of living, to eke out any kind of existence. It was just difficult. It was hard. And for him to do that, I even tried to do it in sports, but there were so many doors closed to them, even sports wise. So and what does the mother necessity do? You want to play ball, you want to earn money with it. Mother necessity, well, it would be she invented stuff. Rube Foster was a tool that the world that Black people in America needed to invent and found the Negro Baseball League because you had all these players that wanted to play ball, but they didn't have a place to play, and he created it.
Susan said, did you see that it's possible that the first Black director winning an Oscar may happen on Sunday?
No, I didn't see that, and it's still. It would be wonderful if it happens. But here it is, 2026. I can't help myself from hearkening the first one in 2026. There was no Oscar-worthy Black directors before now. I'm certain that they were. Okay, but anyway, I'd be happy to see it.
Uzama said, I choose surrender sometimes because letting go opens space for real strength and clarity.
Thank you for that submission. I choose surrender. I don't have to be in control of everything. Hallelujah to that.
Yes, Dr. Deborah. She says, I didn't know that it was so long ago. What a great accomplishment. Absolutely.
Yeah.
With Rube Foster.
1920. And it was 1957, something like that, when, no, it wasn't 57, it was 54 or something like that, when Jackie Robinson broke the color line, left the Negro Baseball Leagues and went into the National Baseball League, which was the white league at the time. I used to know that date off the top of my head. It's escaping me right now. But anyway, that's 45 years. Okay. Something like that. That there was no Black people. That's why I discredit a lot of the baseball records, like Babe Ruth. He was a champion in the 20s, but there was no Black people playing. Okay. Would he have been so great if they had some Black pitchers at the time? Okay. All these great awards before they got Black people involved in the sport, I poo-poo them a little bit.
Problems have solutions and purpose. What are the problems that you are the solution to.
And there are some. There are some problems that you yourself are the solution to. You know, sometimes the helping hand we need is at the end of our own wrists. You know, um, problems have solutions. Problems teach us. Pain is a teacher. Pain is a teacher. The problem is a teacher. The story we've talked about it in here before about the rat utopia. This experiment done where this guy built like this tower, this pit thing, where he put these rats in, and he gave them everything that they could possibly
They didn't
want.
need it.
They gave them everything they need. They had plenty of food. They had food all over. They had plenty of food. No cats for them to avoid. They had great places for them to build their nests, and they just lived there. They had everything. They had no worries at all. And after a while, at first it was fine. They would have procreated and all that kind of stuff. But when they had no worries, no problems, everything was right there at disposal. They started to form little cliques and groups, and then everybody wanted to eat out of one particular place and not the others, even though there's plenty of food in the other place, but they wanted this. So then they started to fight amongst themselves. Then they stopped caring for their young. They stopped procreating, and eventually the colony died off. They died off. They killed.
So you're saying you need a little bit of necessity?
You need a little bit of purpose. You need some purpose. That's why children born with no struggle, with a silver spoon in their mouth, always had all the money that they ever need. They got everything at disposal, always had house servants, always had everything. A lot of those children grow up to be useless because they never had any
Morning,
challenge or
Craig.
struggle.
I don't even think it necessarily has to go to that degree of having servants and all of these other things. I think that many of us Gen Xers created um, children without necessity because so much of what we went through was so fraught with necessity that we overcorrected.
Yeah, there was some overcorrections. Why is it that we don't even like our kids at this age group? Gen X, we're Gen X, right?
Yeah, we're Gen X, and I don't think we don't like our kids at this age
We
group.
don't like kids that age of our
I
kids.
think that we're seeing a lot of note that we did more for our children than maybe they even needed us to do.
What our parents were able to do for us.
Right.
Craig Sapp says,
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Craig.
Let's have a good day and a wonderful weekend on purpose and enjoy it to the fullest. And remember,
you are the greatest. Thank you, Craig Sapp. Doing it on purpose. Again, I love the topic. Problems have solutions and purpose. So should we avoid problems? What happens when you avoid problems? What happens when you avoid problems for any length of time? Does the problem go away? Very often, the problems that we avoid, they grow to the point where they can no longer be ignored.
Mhm.
Then now they're in your face. You put it off for so long. Now you got to deal with it today or you're evicted. Or now you got to deal with it today or the fire happens. Or you're going to do it now, you're fired because we've avoided a problem for long enough.
Mm.
And then it grew and exacerbated. Do problems go away if you avoid them? The doctor says my levels of this are too high. I should probably do something about it, okay? And I'm going to avoid it. I'm going to ignore it until.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Good luck with that. So many people have that regret. Sammy Davis Jr. in his autobiography, he wrote these words that stuck with me for some reason. He said, if I had known I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of my body.
Mm.
He didn't know he's going to live that long and he neglected his body. If he had known he's going to live that long, he would have taken better care. Wow. Why would that line stick with me? It just did.
Live fast, die young, and leave a beautiful corpse.
Yeah, whatever.
Who said that?
Some corny dude.
My grandmother used to say that, but she didn't do it. But I think she told me somebody said it.
You could
Like
say.
Elvis Presley said it, or
Oh
somebody said
man,
it about
be
him. I
careful
don't know.
about Elvis Presley's name right now. You seen the video of him walking around?
Nope.
Floating around lately.
Nope.
There's a video of Elvis Presley in a movie. He's in a movie, and the scene is he's sitting on a thing on a chair, and there's this little girl, probably 9 or 10 years old, dancing in front of him, like trying to please him with her dance. And he's sitting there enjoying her little girl dancing in front of him. And I was like, oh God, that looks horrible. Being entertained by a 10-year-old girl dancing for you. Okay. And then he gets up and he spins her around like this here. It was like playing with her. It just looks terrible.
I guess it would depend on the context.
Yeah.
It would depend on the context. And I think that's why it's so important to have context, because anything can be good or bad depending on the context. When you don't have all the information,
it just looks
you
terrible.
can misunderstand what is going on.
Yeah, I saw the video. I was like, oh God, Elvis.
But I'm sure you've twirled your daughters around and had them dance. Right. So
it just looked terrible to me.
In today's
through my lens today, it looks terrible.
Right.
It's 9:40. We're about to say thank you guys for your contributions, especially you guys who are your consistent contributors. And I knew the topic would be dynamic.
And Katara, I want to find out how we check out your radio spot so that we can support as well. So all you guys need to know that we are collecting your information, not so that we can just know it, but so that we can share it. So if you want to submit your event, your nonprofit, your product, your favorite something for the Empowerment Bulletin, do so by going to bit.ly/DrLisa. You
got to do this because, first off, how much do we charge them for that, baby?
Nothing.
We don't charge you nothing. This is another way to promote amongst people who like stuff that you like, amongst people who would tune into here or tune into her stuff or my stuff. These are your people that don't know what you do. Your own people need to know what you do. Your people, the people that would tune in, they're your peeps. Okay. Dr. Couture says she's going to
add it. Okay, add it.
So now 9:42. It's time for us to say thank you the way we say thank you. We do it with greeting songs and with greeting logos. We can go there right now, Dr. W. goes, my song with an exclamation point. We're about to go there. Up first today was Mr. J. Mattier. He's got a greeting song. His song goes like this. Get ready. Get ready. Oh, get ready. Get ready because your day comes. Get ready because your day comes. Get ready because your day comes. That's his jam. Inspired by the Four Tops. You know, please, bro. Miss Phyllis. Uzama Ra. Uzama Ra's got a jam too that goes. Bitcoin King is the Bitcoin King. Uzama. Bitcoin King is the Bitcoin King. Uzama. Good morning, Mr. Uzama Ra. Miss Phyllis George's jam goes like this. Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here.
So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
Good morning.
After Miss Phyllis this morning came Carmelo Baker. She's got a song too, and it goes, they call her Carmelo, because she's nice and sweet. She's Carmelo for her books and treats. You got to put your Carmelo to do her jam right.
Carmelo.
That's right. You got to be a little bit smoother with that. Please scroll.
Books and treats.
Susan Kennedy's got a jam too. Susan Kennedy, you're everything I've hoped for.
You're everything I need.
You are so beautiful.
To me.
That's Susan Kennedy's jam, y'all. And I like her jam because she suggested it. She helped us to find it. Dr. Deborah Johnson's got a jam too.
Dr. Deborah, nonprofit strategist and funding coach.
Mm-hmm. If you're just tuning in here, maybe this is your first time. What the heck are they doing? This is our way of saying thank you to our consistent contributors with a green song or a green logo. We've been sitting next to each other in front of you live like this since October of 2016. What? 2016. Ain't no woman like Audretta Hall
when it comes to health and wellness.
That's Audretta's greeting jam right there. Ain't no, I'm going to tell you this, Audretta Hall is brilliant when it comes to your health and wellness and gut health. But you know she's also brilliant at? I hope she's still here to get this flower. She's an amazing marketer. She understands marketing. That's another name I gotta put.
Absolutely. Katura.
Katura Green's got a jam too, and it goes back to life, back to Katura Green.
However do you want it?
However do you mean it?
Do you?
You know, I've heard DrLisa speak a few times, 3, 4, 5 times maybe, but I'm always impressed by her marketing acumen. You know, she knows some stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely.
This isn't.
We did Susan, but I did see something from Susan that I didn't read. And I gotta get to it. Good morning, Chef
Chef
Rev.
Rev, good morning, man. I wanted to hear your thoughts on our topic today. Problems have solutions and purpose. But Chef Rev has a logo too, and it goes, "Why must I cook like that? Why not hire Chef Rev?"
Today,
Not. Susan Kennedy says.
she says, I'm putting together a seminar on doing AI research that will be amazing. Let her know if you are interested.
We'll put it together, homie.
Absolutely. Great time.
1,000 degrees. You'll be on your knees and begging, please. Brother Freeze, Craig, let me borrow your VCR so I can dub the tape. Dr. Deborah says she loves the song. She's dancing on Friday. Craig Sapp says,
Love the jam. I remember when you started.
I remember when we started too with Billy Bronco. Audrey, when you're here, I need to talk to you, my sister. I need you to put on your marketing hat because I'm always so impressed with your marketing knowledge.
Absolutely. So we appreciate you spending some time with us today. I look forward to receiving my apple walnut loaf today from Rekindle dot from to rekindle.company.site. That is Carmelo Baker, and I am excited to get some of the Cafe du Marier.
We're gonna order some today.
We're gonna go ahead and order some of that today. I am definitely always checking out some information from Coach Uzama.
Mhm.
Absolutely. CoachUzama.com. You gotta get some info. Susan, we thank you for all of the AI direction. We want to be able to get you in front of more people. I am telling you, Dr. Deborah, a nonprofit strategist and funding coach, we're always in awe for the way that you're able to help people that are
And her heart.
that are involved in something that gives back. A socialpreneur who wants to understand how to be in alignment with going from with funding the
Mission.
the mission. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, two of them. And just listening to my wife talk about you guys here, we do have an amazing collection of friends. I like to brag. I say we have the best friends. I do.
Woohoo! Craig says, real quick, Sonia, my daughter turned 18 and was accepted to George Mason University for forensic science. Well done, Sonia.
Is it Sonia or Sonia?
How do you want us to say it?
Either way, congratulations, Sonia.
Amen.
Just turned 18. What an exciting time. And accepted to George Mason University for forensic science. That's amazing. Congratulations to dad and mom and everyone within her circle. Um, I like to say, and I like to believe it to be true, getting through college is hard. Okay, it takes support, and so when someone graduates college, everybody should celebrate. Everyone that played any role because every role was critical. You know, getting to college is one, but getting through it is hard to do. So that's amazing. So I want to to congratulate that family.
We are so happy to have spent some time with you this morning. Make sure that you take some time this weekend to actually enjoy the day, take a walk in the sun, take a moment to just end your week.
And look forward to something good. Become a good finder. We find all of the things that we're looking for. So if you're looking for the good, you'll find that. Okay, if you're looking for the bad, you'll find that too. I'm going to encourage you to be a good finder this weekend. Look for something good. Okay, and because your attitude as you're going into anything is going to largely impact how effective or how successful it is. Jay Mattier says,
"Oh, I forgot to mention my granddaughter Hampton is crossing the burning sands
to be a Delta. Her life will never be the same. She's going to cross those burning sands. She's going to become a Delta. That means she has a sisterhood that's not only school wide, but nationwide, and I think even worldwide now.
Part of the Divine Nine.
Part of the Divine Nine, Greek. She's going to have a new sisterhood. And really, I love that about it because she's going to have mentors, she's going to have peers, and she's going to have mentees. And that's a large part of life.
Absolutely.
Mentors, peers, and mentees.
We love it, love it. In the meantime and in between time, don't forget to have sex because it is Friday.
I almost spit out my coffee, girl.